Okay, so the second most famous kaiju ever, King Kong. One of my favorites. Love him. He's been obviously like a classic. I think he might be the OG, right? Is he older than Godzilla? I believe he is. And let's go down, and we're gonna break down his face over here, and then over here, I'm gonna go more into the organicness, the cool, like the more cool, fleshed out version of it. So, really quick, he's gonna be roaring. He has very human-like proportions because he's based on a gorilla, and a gorilla is pretty close in relation to human, genetically. So he's got that skull at the top right there, kind of very, very obviously very human-like. But I think what really comes in front of it is his brow. His brow, like gorilla brow line, is huge, and he's not just a regular gorilla. If you compare him to a regular gorilla, he looks different. He looks like a mutant Sasquatch gorilla. He is a different, definitely different. They definitely changed that up. So I'm thinking of like a box shape over here for just this whole brow section, right? Enveloping with the eyes all up in here. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. And then you have like the skull coming back over here this direction. Alrighty, my watch is out of batteries. Um, and what else? Over here, we have the nose, and the nose is pretty close to the face right here, kind of forming almost like I don't know, like a home plate, upside down home plate shape. Hopefully, you can see that well enough. He's got because the nose of like gorillas in general, same thing with Kong, is so short. You're gonna have like a pretty elongated kind of like from the lip to the top of the nose. That's gonna be a little bit elongated. So that's kind of something to keep in mind right there. This area. I want his mouth to be I want his mouth to be open, but we don't have to like focus on that right now. But for now, just kind of put the mouth very round shape as well, like very pear shaped. And unlike other gorillas, he's got like a Chad jaw. He's got like a Squidward kind of jaw thing going on, like Kratos sort of hair thing going on over here. He's got this Kratos, trimmed beard that gives him this like Squidward jaw, this handsome Squidward jaw. So it's something like that. Ignore the. I gotta get more ink over here in this thing. When these things come out run out of ink, they're definitely very finicky. So that is his general shape right there. When you think about it, box for the eyes, kind of the skull shape is relatively round, and you have this Chad jaw, and you have that circle, and you have this shape over here right there of the nose. So just really important takeaways, right? Now we're gonna draw him more with his mouth open. So let's kind of jump into that portion of it right now. Okay, so thinking of that right about there, I'm gonna kind of go in and find just some of like I usually put some lines over here for where my eyes are gonna be because I want to find the eyes first. That's really huge for me. I want to find the eyes. Huge brow, like I said, in the middle there. I'm gonna draw these curved lines because he is gonna be angry. I like that. He looks so awesome when he's angry, but I want to make sure to fit it on the page here. So I'm gonna be marking. It's almost like I'm dabbing little portions of it right here at the top of the brow. And you have any questions, by the way, let me know. And I want you to post something right now. What do you want me to draw? I'll draw anything. Just write it, and I'll draw it. All right. I mean, I'm doing primarily dinosaurs and kaiju's right now, but yeah, I'm obviously going to mix it up and put in a lot of stuff. But I want you to kind of put that in there. Thinking of the roundness of the head right there, right off the bat. But I'm drawing these little lines right here because he's furry. He's fuzzy. See the brow comes around this side. Find the back of that big jaw right there. His ear is going to be over there placed somewhere as well. Right now, like I said, I'm just trying to find general proportion. That is it. My general proportion is incredibly important to me. So I definitely want to not ignore that. All right. like, you know, making a really kind of almost snarling face or whatever. You're gonna have that, like I said, that home plate shape right there for the nose, which essentially is just like giant nostrils. Oopsie daisy. I kind of fudged the shape a little bit, but it should work. Line over here, kind of filling in those nostrils, those big flaring nostrils. This is really important. And you just want to make stuff exist and then kind of like, you know, mess around with it. That's mainly what you want to do. You don't want to have to like tinker too far with it, but kind of finding the bags of the eyes right here, which is important. I haven't drawn the inner eye in there yet. Go down, finding the edges. Trying to figure out where the change is going to be from fur and not fur. It's going to have the cheek, a little bit of the cheek right there. It's like half the cheek is enveloped in fur, but not entirely. Let's see, down over here. We're going to find that rounded shape right there, that Homer Simpson type shape. Again, make sure the nostril down to the mouth over here. It's gonna be pretty big space. Very you know, gorilla trait right there. Might have a lot of space. It's gonna be opening his mouth, and he's gonna be pretty pissed off. Which is, I think, why he looks one of his coolest poses when he looks pissed off. Those almost fangs, right? Right there on the side, he has those, and then flat teeth in the middle. Alright. And we're going to have his mouth back here showing, like he's going to have his mouth open, just kind of roaring, or, like I said, really mad. Finding some of the teeth below over here, trying to mark those out. Mark them out over here. There we go. Right there. And we want to find a little bit more right here. Like, see, we're just kind of like dabbing it up, right? We're touching it up right here as we're going down. Let's see, right here where the fur is coming in over here. It's a little bit confusing there. I'm trying to clarify it. Right over here. Not over here. And then kind of, again, finding that fur. The fur is so good to draw with this brush pen. It is so good. Like, I mean, it's like refreshing to kind of feel this. You're like, dang, this feels so good to kind of paint with this. And then back here. All right, looking pretty good. We got to fill in those eyes a little bit. His eyes are pretty small in comparison to his face. I've talked about this before in some of the dinosaurs as well. These big creatures tend to have, like, in proportion, sometimes small eyes, not always, but sometimes if you want to design a character, it's wise to make their eyes smaller in proportion to the rest of them, because it makes them look humongous. Because, and it kind of works like that in nature sometimes too. So yeah, there you go. Draw the eyes right there. Cool. He's got pretty much regular human eyes, right? We could just kind of draw, let me see, maybe something like this. He's looking over to the left or something like that. I'm gonna pull a line over here for the tongue. Finding that. There we go. And kind of finding the inner mouth just a bit. There we go. Kind of going in, using the brush very liberally right here. We're very, again, just putting stuff in for proportion's sake. That is so important. Like right now, it's all about where we're placing stuff. That is the most important thing over here. Again, going around the brow, and like whitening this brow a little bit over here on this side. And let's find out. Okay, so now we got this right, pretty good. I would say his jaw could be a little wider even like that, but we're good. We're good for now. Finding a little bit of his ear right there. We got that wing of the ear. Line over here, putting a little bit of dark. All right. Check out the main website, by the way. Don't forget that. I'm going to put that somewhere just to check out the main websites. A lot of goodies on there. There's a lot of free downloads. People love. Oh, you know what? Oh, there's a lot of free downloads. You got to get those free downloads. There's even a free how to draw Godzilla head, which people were talking about. We got to draw this line right here. It's that laugh line. There we go. That makes him look way more like King Kong. I'm like, dang, man, he looks so young. I was going to say, he's too young. We got to put that laugh line right there. Um, yeah, so like something that kept coming up, I noticed was people kept wanting Godzilla lessons, which is great. Godzilla's amazing, and I'll keep making them. But I wanted to make like a worksheet so that like people can you don't have to rewatch the video over and over again, which would be great too. Uh, but just so you have notes on it, right? So I ended up building a free how to draw a Godzilla worksheet, and that is you can download that on the main website over there or the Gumroad. Just go check that out. You can download it. It's like kind of step by step on how to draw the head and kind of the general measurements of the head and just some notes on it. But if people who are big fans of anything King Kong or anything like that kaiju, people kept asking for I just kept getting the same questions over and over again. So that's a free download. All right. I even try to put the link over here later on. I usually don't put the links when I first post the video, but I'll try to put the link somewhere as well. But like it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's been downloaded like dozens of times, like 100 times or something like that. So yeah, definitely people dig it. But do it now because I'm debating on whether I'm going to charge for it because that is something that I was debating on. It's the only exchange is just like time really to go download it. Really, it's like okay, that's pretty much it. But it is worth it. People do appreciate it. Um, okay, so we're looking in here, and I want to start separating the teeth too, because the teeth right here are obviously pretty much like human teeth, right? You want to start separating them out just a bit. Start some of the gum line right there. It makes it more convincing when you do stuff like this, and that's kind of what we're after as artists. We're trying to convince the viewer that they're looking at the representation that we're putting out, right? That's what we're trying to do. So you always want to do that. You always want to, have the mentality of like, yo, this is for the viewer. We're serving others. Obviously, you're serving yourself, right? This is fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to kind of, sit here. And, the fact that we get to do this is like amazing that we get to just draw and just hang out. That stuff's great. And don't lose sight of it because a lot of people do. A lot of people who are artists lose sight of it. It becomes not fun anymore. Things they put themselves under needless pressure, and on top of that, their art gets worse when you put yourself under random pressure that you don't need. So, just focus, not focus, but relax. We're hanging out. like I said, we're drawing, hanging out, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta do less, hang out, do less, and things will go a lot better that way. Um, and when you practice, again, remember why you're doing this. Like, this stuff's fun. This stuff is super, super fun, and that's why you're doing it. Okay, so let's see something here. I'm seeing a little bit of a. I think the cheek has to. Right here a little bit. There you go. There you go. Right on. Pretty good. We could almost leave it as is. Honestly, we really could. But let's work a little bit more on it, and that's about it. It's kind of like a bonus there. Let's work a tiny bit more on it. Um, let's throw like some little hairs along the edges, right? Maybe along here. All right. Curve along this side. Nah, dang, I shouldn't have done that right there. It's gonna look like hair. I want the cross hatch, but I'm like, that's gonna look more like hair. Finding the bottom teeth a bit, but you could just leave them as they're indicated as well. That's also something you could do. But yeah, I'll probably do other poses as well of like T-Rex and all this stuff. Go check out the T-Rex lesson if you haven't, by the way. Um, I'll probably do other poses of different characters. So hopefully that got it through. I think you're amazing, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? And don't forget, this channel, I want to start updating more, so I need you to kind of like, talk to me. Say, hey, what's up? Comment on old videos, anything. All right? I need that interaction, and I'll keep posting. See ya.
Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.